faculties, which we begging the question, sir. Now I want the room to watch him dodge the question.
Well, I think our knowledge doesn't depend on our own personal, beliefs about what we sense, exclusively.
Look, do you think a justified belief relies on inferences or not, sir? Because inferences rely on your cognitive faculties, correct? So what belief do you have that does not rely on an inference?
I'm not sure. I think we do.
I want you to name a justified belief that does not rely on an inference, sir.
Jeez.
Watch him dodge and foul. Watch him dodge and foul.
If we had a belief, if I could provide you one, would that change your mind about
You're deflecting. Knowledge? Just answer the question. If you're capable of answering the question, just answer the question and stop deflecting like a little bitch boy. Sir, do you have any justified beliefs that do not rely on inferences?
So knowledge requires inferences, which requires...
Justification requires an inference. Yes. Do you disagree?
I'm trying to think about it. Justification.
Think about it and get back to us.
Knowledge requires justification, and justification requires inferences, and we use our senses to infer things.
I didn't say anything about our senses, sir. Of course, we can't know our senses are reliable, but cognitive faculties such as memory, perception, assumptions about laws of logic, right? So, do you have any beliefs that do not rely on your cognitive faculties yet are justified? Look at him dodge. Look at him trying to put questions back to me.
I mean,
sir, do you have any just name any justified true belief you think you have? Just name any, just one JTB that you have. Name one.
I mean, if I drop something, I think it'll fall down.
What the fuck? That's relying on your memory, sir. For one thing, I mean, not only is it relying on your senses, but it's also relying. There's so many things wrong with that. You're relying on your senses, but yet you use your senses to determine that your senses are reliable. You're relying on your memory to determine your memories are reliable. I mean, how do you know that you weren't created 5 seconds ago with false memories of things dropping and not shooting up in the air, sir?
That's true. I mean, I could be mistaken.
You have committed an error in reasoning, sir.
Does knowledge require certainty?
So it's certain. Certainty is just certainty. All certainty is a level of confidence. I'm not asking about your confidence, sir. I'm merely asking, are you justified? If you're claiming you're justified, then certainly you have a justification that isn't circular. Yet the only justification you've given is circular. So we're all waiting. The room is waiting on the edge of their toes for you to give non-circular justification for your belief that when you drop something, it will fall and not shoot up into the air, sir.
Well, that is the problem of induction. But,
so are you saying that you don't have justification?
If justification requires certainty, then no.
No, certainty is just a level of confidence. I'm not asking about your level of confidence in the belief, sir. I'm asking, do you have non-circular justification or not?
It's a problem, but we have to use...
Is your answer no? You don't have non-circular justification? Yes or no, sir? Yes or no? Do you have non-circular justification, sir?
I think I do, but it's hard to say.
What is it? What is the non-circular justification? It doesn't presuppose things such as memory and senses. What is it? That when you drop something, it will fall to the ground and not shoot upward in the air. Without relying on senses, without relying on memory. What the fuck is that? Now, I want the room to notice that he will not provide a justification that does not presuppose memory and his senses being reliable. He will fail to do so. He will be humiliated right now. Everybody watch. What is the non-circular justification, sir?
I'm not sure.
Ha-ha, clown, humiliated and destroyed by Godless.
Oh, okay, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I'm done with this guy.
Welcome back, Concrete.
What are we talking about?
Are you ready?
I thought you were up for tonight, Concrete. You back, man? What's up?
Are you ready to answer the
talking
question?
About? I'm Pogan. I'll never Pogan. You're not even worth it. You're never worth it. You're like the worst.
Evasion?
I'd rather talk to Godless. I'd rather talk to Claire. I'd rather talk to Wolf in
What makes you
Chinese.
think I give a
I'd
fuck
rather
about
talk
what you
to
want?
fucking. I'd rather talk to Dio about race
You want me to
relations.
talk to him?
Hey, did everybody
ahead.
see? Did everybody see?
Cordial and Concrete
Hey,
Plus.
You did great, Godless. You did great.
Yeah,
Did everybody
wonderful,
see me
Godless. You did good.
humiliate and
good,
destroy the
sweetie.
street
Okay.
epistemology?
Godless.
Got your whole,
Thank you.
Godless. You
Godless,
did good.
let's move on.
Cordial and Concrete Plus are going to have a conversation now.
Hold on, Cordial. Let me ask you this question real quick before we begin this. So
Mhm.
let's hypothetically say, in some theoretical world, that you're a Christian, and you come up to me and you say, "Scripture is true," whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. But we'll grant he just means it's epistemically certain that it's true. And then he says, in response to the question, well, what would justify Scripture as true? He says, oh, well, there's something in Scripture that would verify Scripture is true. Now, if you're doubting the legitimacy of Scripture and you aren't necessarily willing to take the plunge and say Scripture is true to begin with, is that going to be a compelling justification for you, sir? Is that going to persuade you? Is that going to persuade you to believe that Scripture is true?
I would
Simple
probably
yes or
need
no.
more details, but it seems a little circular, yes.
Okay, so
I
your
seem to
answer
know.
would be
Yeah.
no, then.
You know.
Thank you.
But
Oh,
I
fuck.
could get into it with is that Concrete's argument?
Yeah, you talk to him all you like. It's just going to make you want to kill yourself.
Don't listen to that guy. He's
I'm a what?
he's a scorn. A scorn debater, a scorn interlocutor.
This is coming from somebody that can't answer a simple question.
I want to believe true things, so if
Pogan.
Scripture is true, I'd
What's
like
up,
to believe
Pogan? All right, let's let them have a conversation.
People are demanding that I let Concrete and Cordial go at it, so the floor is yours, boys.
Okay,
Y'all
so
quit
hi, Concrete.
fighting.
My name is Reed. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, don't give out your government information because people will turn on you if they get all of your information and you thrash them in conversations. They'll dox you and then talk shit about you and threaten to go to your house.
Yeah, you got lots of experience with that.
Don't give out personal information.
You guys all over
my
YouTube.
advice. Okay, well, you got it. You already know that.
You can just call me Cordial.
What's
All
up,
right, Cordial.
Concrete?
Who's that?
What's up?
Landon? How you doing,
What's up,
man? Long time.
Yeah, long time, man. You never talked to me.
Here, I'll throw out the debate topic for these two.
Okay, I'm bailing.
What would justify the Christian God? Cordial, you may begin.
Cordial, yeah.
Cordial,
you're Christian?
I am not.
Okay, are you atheist, agnostic, Muslim?
I don't have any sufficient reasons to believe in a God right now, but I'm open to it.
Were you ever a Christian?
You want me to get him, Concrete? Hey, sir, do you think it's more likely?
Godless, you already come on. You already did it. Let Concrete have this guy have a go.
Okay, sorry.
I will tag you in when necessary, Godless. If this guy really puts me in a figure four headlock, then yeah. But go ahead, Cordial.
I just like to have conversations with people about what they believe and why. So,
okay,
do you believe in the Christian God?
Absolutely, 100%.
Concrete, don't let him take the offensive. Make him stay on the defensive. He thinks it's more
Godless.
likely than not that no gods exist.
Godless, you already killed one person today. Why are you back for more blood?
I'm gonna just speak to him as a regular human being, Godless, and not as a modus ponus meat selection.
Please have the debate.
So you said 100%.
We're having a conversation, Bogan.
Yeah, I like to get part of street epistemology. We like to give people a sense of confidence. Say, let's go from 0 to 100. 100 is absolute confidence, could not be mistaken. 0 is no confidence. 50.
Yeah, I'm 100% cannot be mistaken. The only thing that I might find out is that God is true to the Christians. He's true to the Muslims, true to the Hindu, and true to the Buddhists, and true to all believers in some way, shape, or form. But I don't think that's the case because Jesus said, nobody come unto the Father except through me. So that it's 100%. There we go.
100% confident. Gotcha. So what's like the main reason why that gets you to such high confidence?
Personal experiences of others, the reliability of the Christian philosophy, the scientific discoveries that point towards a creator.
Buying a car is no different. That's why
Wolf, that's you.
Yeah, I hear
Wolf,
a little
that's
background
you.
noise. So
Apologize to the room, Wolf. Well, whatever.
Anyway, you mentioned personal experience.
Personal experiences of my own, personal experiences of others, reliability of the Christian philosophy, scientific discoveries that point towards a creator, and benefits. Yeah. There we go. I think I covered it all.
Okay. And what's like the best example of personal experience you've gone through?
Supernatural experience.
Okay.
That was
what in particular happened?
I've had a couple of them. One of them that I recall that I'd like to share is being with a friend who is also a believer, and for no particular reason, I'm sitting next to her, just chilling, and I just get overcome with this feeling like just depression, like a depressed feeling. And then I hear a voice say, "Why do you believe in God? God is not real. Why do you he's not real?" Something like that, right? And I'm like, yo, what the hell? And I wasn't in a moment of doubt, like at any period of the day or period of depression. I was in a good mood that day. So I don't know why it came over me, and I just happened to share it with my friend. I'm like, man, I sat next to you. Like, actually, I had to think about it for a while. Like, what triggered that? And then after I thought about it after a while, I called my friend. It's like, yo, when I was next to you, I had this impression that God didn't exist or this, that, and the third. And she said, you know what? That's what I've been dealing with. So she was having her moments of doubt, and she was always a lifelong Christian. And she basically heard what I heard simultaneously and beforehand, right? I got close to her, so I got a piece of what she had been dealing with for a long-term period of time. That told me, because we had that mutual experience, that it wasn't a hallucination for me, wasn't a hallucination for her, and it was confirmation that something happened. There was a voice speaking to her, and that's consistent with the Bible, right? The Bible talks about the devil influencing
just to make sure
others.
I'm getting it right. You sat down next to a friend, and you felt this impression that God did not exist, and then you told her about it, and she said she felt the same thing. So you feel this could not be illusion because you both felt the same.
He didn't say it was a feeling. He said that they were hearing voices, like schizophrenic.
Yes, it was a feeling and a voice saying, "Why do you believe in God? You know God doesn't exist." That was like how you think to yourself and you hear your voice thinking to yourself, and you'll repeat something if you're trying to recite something. Yeah, it was as clear as those inner thoughts.
A clear.
So you had a thought. So how do you differentiate between that and just a thought of doubt?
Hold on.
You understand that it was corroborated by the person sitting next to you.
Two people can doubt something at the same time.
Yeah, sure. What is the probability of that? Or having
pretty high.
Claire, hold on. This is a specific conversation.
How would you calculate the probability of that event happening, Claire?
I'm sorry. I'll step back and let.
That seems pretty. That seemed pretty good. But if hypothetically we could figure out like an alternate explanation for how this could happen without a God being involved at all, would that change your confidence about a God existing?
Yeah. So what you would construct is a just so story, right? Because you don't have any evidence. You have no way to verify it. You're just going to tell a story about how this happened. Alternatively, right?
If we found good,
why don't
if we
you go
found
Google it, Socrates,
together,
and then wait, hold on. Let me deal with the peanut gallery. Socrates, who established the definition for just so story? Was it Rudyard Kipling? or was it someone else who in science, or was it a third person? Who established the be all definition for Just So Story?
It was some guys named Dawes.
No, there's several versions of or several definitions, just like any other word. So I want to know the one you're using, and I want to see how it contradicts the one I'm using. Socrates.
How are you using Just a Story again?
A story with no evidence or verification behind it, just an explanation of a particular event.
And how is that relating to the person's alternate explanation?
Can he verify that his explanation happened?
Yeah, he said he could. He said he could.
How would he be able to verify my personal experience that happened in the past?
Do you not know what verification is?
How would he be able to do it?
Boy.
Please tell me.
Well,
so hold on. Cordial, you can verify historical events?
I was asking if we found an alternate explanation that was sufficient to you, that you could accept, that would have no, just hypothetically, that had nothing to do with
but like I said, it'd just be a Just So Story, right?
Well,
you're not going to be able to prove anything. You're not going to be able to provide any evidence that your hypothesis is correct.
No, if you're confused, Cordial.
It's just a hypothetical question. If you found a non-Just So Story explanation, one that was sufficient to you, it was a good reason to.
But it's a historical event, so it can't go beyond a Just So Story, unless you can tell me a way that you can go back to time and you can verify what actually happened, right? Actually happened, not just what you thought happened, because that would mean it's a Just So Story.
Okay, well, if we could do that and we found out a way to figure out how this could happen without a
wait,
guy
can you
being
do it or
involved.
not? Can you do it or not?
It's just a hypothetical question. We don't have to go this way.
Can you do it or not? Can you verify? Can you verify your alternate explanation?
It's a hypothetical. I can't. Do it
yes
right
or no? Can we just do a yes or no for that particular?
No.
All right, great. So what's the value?
Yes.
So what's the value of your alternate explanation if we cannot verify its validity?
It's a hypothetical
Socrates, did you want to say
explanation
something?
that you came with.
You're
want to say, Socrates?
Saying that if he could verify it, right, even hypothetically, and that he can make predictions, would that be convincing to you? Yes or no?
What predictions would he be able to make about a historical?
You're dodging the question. If he could make predictions, right?
Again, I'm going to question your ability to do such things.
There's such an easy answer.
And if you can't verify,
you guys don't have it.
Go ahead, B3. Give the answer.
So what if somebody had come up to you who didn't know about the event and said they shouted that through the window? Like, that would be an explanation.
But can you verify that?
Well, you'd be verifying it by the fact that they didn't know about it. So they're telling you that they're the one who did it.
So you have knowledge of this third party who witnessed this event and can attest to having shouted out the information.
Right, like before you told all this, if someone had come up to you and told you that they're the ones who said it, like that would be a good. It wouldn't be a Just So Story. It would be an explanation.
Your explanation is a Just So Story. They're one and the same.
Well,
because you're not going to be able to verify.
It's corroborated by the fact that he'd have no other way of knowing about it besides that he did it because you didn't tell him about the event.
Yeah, so he would have to have knowledge of this third party and be able to present them. Who is the third party?
The third party comes up to you and says, "Hey, remember that time you had that?"
Does Cordial know about the third party?
Well, the specifics of the explanation.
Hold on. Can Cordial produce the third?
We're talking about, is there a possible explanation?
We're talking about his ability to verify his possible explanation.
No, I think he's asking you, is it possible that if you got another explanation, how would you react to that? That's how
my question is, if it's a Just So Story, I'm gonna disregard it because there's nothing there. I want to know what the value. I want to know what I've already verified my own. I've already verified my own with a second person. I've already verified my experience. So if he wants to,
okay,
why don't you find it? All right, we're gonna Google Just So Story.
Well, may I ask a question? Has anyone ever been mistaken about a voice they've heard in their head?
We're gonna Google Just So story so we know what we're talking about.
Well, what do you mean by mistaken? Do you mean like if they thought the voice was coming from some external object, such as a person talking when it wasn't, then they were mistaken, right? But the
like God or the devil?
The actual experience of the voice.
I'm gonna give the definition for Just So story. In science and philosophy, a Just So story is an unverifiable narrative explanation for a cultural practice, a biological trait, or behavior of humans or other animals. What part of that didn't I express?
If the person could hypothetically have an explanation, you still called that a Just So story.
A hypothetical explanation that is unverifiable?
No, that was verifiable.
How is a hypothetical explanation verified?
Hypothetically.
Okay,
Could there
there you
be
go. Have a nice day.
explanations that aren't just so stories?
Hypothetically verified.
In this
which means not actually verified.
Hypothetical.
This is verified in some other world.
Now I think the concrete doesn't know what hypothetical means.
Oh shit! Here we go.
I mean, I just asked the question just to make sure the reason you're giving is connected to your actual belief. Like if you had an alternate explanation and it didn't affect your confidence, that reason seems to be not connected to why you really believe. That's what I'm.
So here's your hypothesis, right? Your hypothesis doesn't have any evidence supporting it, right? Right.
What
so now we've gone a layer down from unverifiable to hypothetical, and yet we're still at hypothesis, which doesn't have any evidence supporting it. So again, where are we, Socrates?
You don't know what a hypothetical is? And
I just put the definition into the voice chat based on or serving as a hypothesis.
Oh, boy.
Here
is the evidence that I'm using. Sure, you may know what the definition is, but your usage of the word hypothesis seems to be out of accord with the definition.
Evidentiary basis. Do hypotheses have evidentiary basis? Do hypotheses have evidentiary basis?
I already explained that.
Yes or no, sir?
I already explained that.
All right, there we go. Anyway, are we allowed to move on without the peanut gallery?
Rex. Yeah, let's move on. So you had a personal
running away again.
Peanut gallery's added again. Can we get some mute on the peanut gallery?
So Concrete, you had this personal experience where you felt an impression that God didn't exist and that you heard voices. If someone else came onto the chat now from another religion with a God,
can we move on from this? I don't know. You're not gonna be able to verify. You're gonna give me your alternate explanation. Doesn't
I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
All right. Sorry.
A different question would be: so you had this personal experience. If someone else from a different religion who believed in a different God that we both don't believe in came in and said they had a similar personal experience, how could we tell which one was more accurate in their beliefs? Is there any way?
It doesn't matter because
an asshole to me before. I'm gonna jump in and oppose him.
Why was I love you,
God. Let me rephrase the question that Cordial. Let me rephrase the question that Cordial.
I love you.
Calm down, sir.
Anyway, go ahead.
Are you scared?
Did you understand the question?
You make me a little nervous, Godless. Go ahead.
Are you scared of me opposing you, sir?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna help you, Cordial. Because I want to get on the street epistemology show. So I'm gonna help you. So Concrete.
Okay.
Let me rephrase Cordial's question to you, and I want the room to watch Concrete dodge the question. So what Cordial is asking is, sir, what mental powers do you possess that you think others do not when they conclude from their personal experience that their religion is true and yours is false?
I mean, you could have.
So if someone else had a similar experience of a different faith, that doesn't mean that there is competition amongst gods.
Look, if they have an experience that it justifies Hinduism, if they have an experience that thinks it justifies that Hinduism is true and Hinduism is inconsistent with Christianity, then their personal experience justifies to them that Christianity is false. Just as your personal experience justifies to you that Hinduism is false and Christianity is inconsistent with Hinduism. So my question, again, I'll repeat to you, sir, is what mental powers do you possess that the 1.2 billion Hindus in India do not possess, sir?
Do the Hindus speak about a creator God?
Their personal experience tells them that their religion is true and yours is false.
Yeah.
If
they're
their
using
conclusion from their personal experience. So what mental powers do you possess they do not?
You've asked a question, and I'm going to get some clarifying questions. Do the Hindus believe in a creator God, a monotheistic
How is that
creator?
relevant? How is that relevant?
I'm asking you a simple question. Is a yes or no?
They believe in a blue-headed elephant Indian god. How is that fucking relevant?
It's about
anyway, I'm back
quality,
to you, Cordial.
Okay, yeah, it's about the quality of the reasoning. If one person can use personal experience to come to a not true God, and you're using personal experience to come to your God, someone seeing both of you, is there any way to tell which one is more accurate in their beliefs?
Yes. Again, I don't know if I made this clear, but it's a cumulative argument. And so what this personal experience tells me is that demons exist.
So
this was
the criteria?
Hold on.
Okay.
All right, I can't take. I haven't eaten yet, so I don't have much. I don't have much.
Demons are persuading.
Run, bitch!
I don't have enough energy
run.
to deal with all the entire peanut gallery in every single question.
Run, bitch!
This is a conversation. This is a conversation specifically between two people right now.
Yep.
We're the cashew gallery, not the peanut gallery. Get your nuts crunched.
The old I haven't eaten yet. Gotta go.
No, it means I'm weary. I'm tired. So
he's weary, fellas.
My what's the word? My shit. Anyway, go ahead.
Your brain.
Your cognitive faculties are too slow.
I have to go as well, actually, but it was nice talking to you guys.
I wasn't leaving. I'm just telling you I'm tired. And,
hey, bring me on the epistemology show, and I'll get you tons of views, and I'll defend any position you want me to.
Come back anytime, Cordial.
Okay.
Cordial, it was nice talking to you.
Do you mind if I share the link to the Street Epistemology server?
I already got the link to your YouTube channel and subscribed.
Cordial, don't you see people don't respect soft and decent voices like yours? They only respect what Godless produces. Harsh,
true.
Antagonistic, brutish type of behavior. So you gotta say, yo, motherfucker, I'll put my link up, bitch.
Well, I think it was linked up somewhere in the chat. Somewhere.
No, can you try the Godless way?
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
You can, man. Just look for it. It's there. It's there.
Check out CordialCuriosity.com, bitches.
Concrete, you should have taken my side. You couldn't have opposed me, Concrete. Otherwise, I would have made him look stupid rather than you.
Yeah, you don't oppose Godless.
Did you learn your lesson yet, Concrete?
Good chatting with you guys.
No problem, dude. Have a good day and come back soon. You hear? Godless, don't you see I had to deal with the peanut gallery interjecting with their nonsense? As per usual.
That guy beat you.
Of course I lost.
Oh, fuck.